You knew what you were getting into. I just saw, who am I kidding? I always see videos from people, especially bio moms, who are like, stepmoms knew what they were getting into. And this is a general consensus among anyone that you talk to when you try to vent about your feelings in the stepmom world, if they aren't a stepmom. And it's, well, you knew what you were getting into. And let me tell you, if there's a whole arm's list of things that I did not know I was getting myself into. But one of the things, I think the greatest thing, not the greatest, but one of the greatest things that I didn't know I was getting myself into was a test of surrender. Holy moly. Being in the court process, you learn that there are so many personalities involved, and that you're not even one of those personalities. Yes, you get to counsel and provide support, but at the end of the day, in a courtroom, we don't have rights. We don't have a say, and that is what it is. I could get on my soapbox. I'm not going to about that issue. But what it does go... fridge sig. What happens in the courtroom, what I learned in my world of surrender, is that there are three personalities involved that get a say. Mom, dad, judge. Judge gets the biggest one. And you have a pretty good idea of what dad's going to do, right? You have an okay idea of what mom's going to do if you've been in the process for as long as we have. And in this particular instance that I'm like really thinking of, where surrender was like, yes, we're surrendering, and that people are people and we can't control them. We had only been in the process for about 4 years. We were babies in the court system. I know, 4 years, babies, right? And it was our first real big trial because we've had more than one. It's mom, dad, judge, and I just remember I had played out all these scenarios of what was going to happen, and I had every possible scenario picked out. I got it figured. I didn't have it figured. That's when I learned that there's a judge, and you can never, ever predict what a judge is going to do, and you always get a different judge. And it went so much better than any of the scenarios that I had played out in my head, which was also really why I was like, oh, God is showing me that surrender is the way to go, and that the universe and God really do have my back, and that they have the kids' back. And like I said, we were babies at that point, only 4 years in. I mean, we're 14 now. So it's... Court is a process of surrender, and it is, oh, there's a bunny rabbit. That's the way that it is, and no one told me that. And as somebody with diagnosed OCD, control is my love language, and being a stepmom has been a lesson in surrender, because there's also a fourth person that I haven't mentioned that exists outside of the court space, because unfortunately they don't get to stay in the court space, and that's the kiddo. And you can't control the situation. 4 minutes, and that's the whole point of the video. You can't control anything that comes your way. What is going on with my hair? Oh my God. That is none of our business. What is happening in the back of my head is none of our business. So yeah, maybe there are some things we knew we were getting ourselves into when we signed up to be a stepmom, but there are so many that are shockers. And this is one of my favorite, that it taught me surrender. So maybe there's something that was a surprise for you as a stepmom, or maybe even a bio mom with a stepmom in your life that you are like, that worked out well. So that's 5 minutes. I hope you guys have a great day.